Testing, hot outbound call, 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to hear?
Are you ready?
Make the approach. Plant your feet firmly in the ground. Head down. Eyes on the ball. Relax. That's it. Get your left arm straight. Your right arm straight. Relax. Lower your right shoulder. Go!
The Honeymooners Podcast, the only podcast that is all about the greatest show of all time. With the stars, Joe Conti and Louis Fatts.
Welcome, fellow raccoons and members of the Women's Auxiliary. What's happening, all you hurricanes, Bensonhurst bombers, and all you Tommy Mullins of the world? You're listening to the Honeymooners Podcast with me, Joe Conti, and my pal, Louis Fatts.
Do what any civilized man would do. Hide a dictaphone here in the room.
That's right. The only discussion-based podcast all about the greatest show of all time. We record in the Non-Productive studios at 328 Chauncey Street in Brooklyn, USA. Subscribe to the show wherever you get your podcasts. And if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and leave a positive review. Our home base is the Non-Productive website. That's non-productive.com/honeymooners. And don't forget to like our Honeymooners Podcast Facebook page and follow us on Twitter. What's happening, Lou?
Joe, number 53.
Yes, number 53.
Got two 53s.
You got two 53s?
Yeah, two 53s.
Is one Chad Cascadden from the Jets?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
I have to narrow it down to two. He was on the border.
Yeah, I'm sure he was. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
So we have Harry Carson.
That's
the Giants,
nice. Yes.
which is good. He's basically named the same guy. We got Harry from the pool room and Mr. Carson.
Mr. Carson, yeah.
You know, they combined them and they came up with a football player.
We got a football player.
And the main 53 today, Don Drysdale, Hall of Famer.
Oh, pitcher.
Yes.
Yeah, Dodgers, right?
Dodgers, yes. Went into Hall of Fame in 84.
That's right. First time I ever saw Don Drysdale was on the Brady Bunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. Yeah.
Remember when he was on the Brady Bunch? Yeah.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Stand too close to that plate. Your next pitch was in your ear.
Yes. Yeah, back then when you could give a little chin music, as they call it, right? A little chin music there.
Chin music, Sammy.
Yes. Before we even get started, we definitely want to talk about our sponsor.
Yes.
Of course, it is Silk City Hot Sauce. It's our pal, Jeff Kingfish Levinsky, a Jersey guy that went up to Vermont and started his own hot sauce company and makes it homemade. It's homemade, pal.
Can't hurt you.
Can't hurt you.
Say it every week.
Go to SilkCityHotSauce.com and go and check out all the different hot sauces, especially the Chipotle. That never gets old.
It's his bestseller right here.
It's his best. And
people are just so curious. What the hell is Chipotle?
Yeah. Go check it out. It's an interesting product.
It's got a lot of nice gift sets too for Christmas. You can order up.
Yeah, you got to
send
do
them
that
directly
quick.
to who you know.
You got to do that quick.
Yeah.
But when you're done buying all of your stuff, you go and you enter RX in the coupon code box at the checkout and save 15%. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, they will also throw in a free bottle of cherry sriracha. All right? So support the show. Treat yourselves to some delicious handmade. It's delicious.
It's delicious.
Handmade hot sauce. SilkCityHotSauce.com. Coupon code RX. All right.
There we go.
So, number 53.
Yeah.
What we wanted to do this episode is it's something that Louis brought up once. It was, I think it might have been an observation.
Okay.
It was matter of life and death. Mm-hmm. And it was when Ralph figures out he needs to have somebody pretend to be a doctor. Yeah. And we'll play that clip real quick.
Wait a minute. What? Suppose a doctor saw this story in a magazine, see? And flew into New York and was the only doctor could cure arterial monochromia. That ought to satisfy them down at the magazine office.
Wait a minute. Where are you going to find a doctor that can cure arterial monochromia?
You haven't even got it. I don't mean a real doctor. I mean a guy who pretends to be a doctor. I could get some friend of mine, somebody I know real well that could do this for me, somebody I trust.
Somebody you trust.
know real well.
Somebody you know real well.
Narrows it down.
Norton, would you do this for me?
Don't touch me, Ralph. I'm sterile.
And of course, it goes into it, right?
Into it, and the first of many sterile.
Yes, a bunch of steriles, right? So, and we're gonna get into we got a couple of quick clips from when he's in Dr. Gersh. I mean, not Dr. Gersh, Mr. Gersh.
Mr. Gersh's
Office, right? But here is the thought process. We thought to ourselves when Louis said, he said that, like, where am I going to find a friend that I can trust that would do that? And Louis like, who else are you going to use? It's your best friend. It's your absolute best friend, right? Who else are you going to use? Pose the question.
Here we go.
And the question is, if he didn't use Norton, who would he use?
Yeah.
And what would it be like? Now, we came up with a few names because we've already we discussed before we started the show. He doesn't, and obviously it's because the show is about the friendship between him and Norton and the relationship between him and Alice. But he doesn't have a lot of friends that he seems to be tight with.
We were talking, Joe. We said that there's not even a third guy.
Correct.
That pops up like once in a while that's known to both of them, like a neighborhood guy.
Right.
The show doesn't have that. It's devoid of that.
Yeah.
It's basically them two.
That's how strong the show is.
Yeah, and then of course Audrey Meadows, but it is them two.
Yes.
And this third guy does not,
it doesn't
Amos,
exist.
Like Amos and Andy had Kingfish.
Right.
I think his name was Kingfish.
Yeah.
And that was like the third guy.
Correct.
Who was basically the main guy if you actually watch it. But they didn't have Ralph and Ed didn't have that third guy.
No.
So
we said, well, what would it be like? And we came up with we got 5 guys. One or two might be a stretch.
Yeah,
but they're all characters that Ralph knows.
The whole show is a stretch.
Yeah. The whole show is a stretch. So we first went with the illustrious Freddie Muller. Right? Now, Freddie Muller, you think, well, you know what? He obviously is in a ton of episodes. He lets him borrow his car. But then I'm thinking to myself, Freddie Muller, I don't know if Freddie Muller would have been. Well,
no.
Well, first of all, if Freddie Muller was the one playing the doctor, he would be looking at himself.
It'd have to be like a Bugs Bunny deal.
Because he's George Petrie is playing Dick Gersh. So he might have to be like, Mr. Muller, and then you would have to change real quick and switch over to the other way. But I don't even know if Freddie Muller would be even that good, because even when in the episode where Ralph was bragging that he was going to be made what is it, when they were in the basement of the, when he was going to who started the rumor?
Who started the rumor? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Freddie Muller
assistant traffic manager. He was going to be
assistant traffic manager. Yeah. Freddie Muller came in. He's like, all right. Who started it?
And he got like you said, he got a little testy with Ralph there.
Like a wet blanket.
Yeah,
Here
you go, Ralph, blowing your horn again. Exactly. All right. So I don't think he'd be the friend to.
Yeah, I don't think Norton would ever do that to him.
Oh, God, no.
And he didn't.
No.
He never did.
No.
He would maybe question something. But so we're like, I don't know. Freddie Muller probably would. Probably not. Yeah.
I put a line through Freddie Muller.
Yeah. throw a big line right through Freddie Muller. So we came up with another one. Teddy Oberman. My new friend. Yes. Now, does he say new friend?
I don't know. Does he say new? No, he just says my friend. I don't think he says new.
I don't think so.
That's my friend. He says my friend Teddy Oberman.
My good friend.
Teddy
Oberman.
That's
right.
There you go. Good friend, not new friend.
And obviously the character Teddy Oberman was supposed to be kind of just like Norton.
Yeah, Norton type character.
Right. With the hat and eating and
very Brooklyn.
Right.
He washes cars. So
he's in water.
He's in water.
Right. And we thought, well, you know what? Would Teddy Oberman have done a good job?
It before it gets to Norton.
Yes.
Well, would Teddy Oberman do it?
I don't know. So now let's just play, not because they don't know, but here's a little clip of when Norton is first in the office.
Yes.
And here we go.
This doctor here reads your story in our magazine and flies in to save your life. What a follow-up this is going to make. American Weekly saves man's life. Next week, we're going to do a story on Dr. Norton and his cure for arterial monochromia.
You can't do that.
We'll do the whole thing. We'll do a spread with pictures.
Oh, you couldn't use any pictures. He's very modest.
I wouldn't mind a few pictures.
Now, I don't know. Would Teddy Oberman be? I think Teddy Oberman might want pictures too.
Yeah.
You know, Teddy Oberman might be like, "Hey,
we're looking for some food.
Hey, can you get me a few pictures just to hold me over until we get to some bowling?" He does that thing with his shoulders.
Oh, it's great. Oh,
It's like he's doing Rodney.
Yeah,
it's almost like Rodney Dangerfield. Like saw Teddy Oberman and said, "That's going to be the character I'm going to do."
That's going to be me.
You got a little
wear a red tie and a white shirt and a black suit.
So I don't know, Teddy Oberman.
Now the only argument I have for Teddy Oberman is because we're going to mention a couple other guys.
Right.
He's basically on the mental level of Norton.
Correct. I mean, he's supposed to be.
Because when you think about this is the most ridiculous premise.
Yeah.
It's almost as ridiculous as Who's on First. I mean, the greatest comedy skit of all time.
Right.
But the premise is off the wall ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
But it works because it works. Yeah. So this premise is so ridiculous that Norton can't figure out how stupid this is, and Ralph can't figure out how ridiculous this is.
Right.
And I'm not going to give too much credit to Dick Gersh, too, because he's basically buying this.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So, anyway.
He's buying into it.
Right. So far on our list of two,
right,
I would say
Teddy
Oberman. Yeah.
Right.
Because he's stupid.
Yeah. Yes. Next in our list is Joe Fensterblow.
Joe Fensterblow.
Now, Joe Fensterblow, we don't really, we do see him once, and it's Bill, the same character.
The same guy as Bill Davis, yeah.
But Joe Fensterblow, he doesn't seem like he's one of his good friends.
No.
Hey there, Lewindy.
Yeah. The whole thing, too, Joe, sometimes people, is it a friend through work?
Right.
Because you've worked with, people we work with.
Right,
I used to work with Joe.
Right.
And people that you've been associated with I worked there for 32 years before I retired. So the people I associated with became my friends. But these are friends through work.
Right. They're work friends. People
work
call
friends,
them,
yeah.
coworkers.
Yeah.
Where I have 20 people on my phone that are coworkers.
Yeah.
Friends.
Yeah, friends.
And I would say 4 or 5 of them I talk outside of work.
Right. Okay.
So
Fensterblow,
it never really says what Fensterblow does. Do they say he works at the? Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he comes in with the bus driver uniform.
With the bus driver
Yeah.
uniform. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm
he
sorry.
comes- yeah, he
that's
comes
right.
with the bus driver uniform.
So he is. So I think he's more, like you said. I think he's more of a work friend.
Yeah, because remember, Joe, back in the day. Now Ralph's there for 15 years.
Right.
Now back in the day, and people didn't change jobs back then. You got a job, and that was you for life. You know, that's just the way it was.
Yeah.
So they've known each other. Most of them are probably from around the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We don't know because the bus company's in Manhattan. Ralph's in Brooklyn, so we don't know who lives by each other.
Right.
That we don't know.
Right.
But I would say Fensterblow is just a work-associated friend.
Yes, I think so too. So I think he would be, and let's face it, I don't think he would be good for that because all he does is break Ralph's chops for being, henpecked or whatever.
It's like basically challenging Ralph,
right? Exactly.
You're not what you're saying you are.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's really not that friend.
Exactly.
So again, that's
a coworker.
Coworker.
Yeah, a coworker.
How many off the list? Now I got 3 off the list.
3 off the list.
Who won't do it?
Number 4, and I like this one. Stanley Saxon.
Stanley Saxon. Yes.
Now, Stanley Saxon is a friend who is now his brother-in-law, who is also a raccoon.
Yes.
And he got him, and he hooked him up with Agnes.
Which he shouldn't be a friend for doing that.
But now I believe 100% that if he asked Stanley Saxon, he would definitely do it.
You think he would definitely do it?
Yes.
Because Stanley's on the. We always said Stanley's on the mousy side.
Yes.
And he's a mouse, so he would basically go along with what
He would go along with
No, Stanley could be convinced to do this.
Yes, without a doubt.
Without a doubt. So if
By
anybody
him saying,
right.
you can do this for me.
You can do this for me. You will do
Okay,
it.
Ralph.
Okay, Ralph. You know,
Yeah,
I'll
'cause
have to ask Agnes first.
All right, Ralph. You going to do it for me? Yeah, I don't want to argue.
So he would be, of the guys we went through so far,
Yes.
I would say Stanley Saxon would be the closest thing.
Right now, he's in the running.
He's in the running.
He's
right
in the
now.
running.
The other guys are out. They're out. I threw them out.
Fensterblau completely out.
Fensterblau gone.
Freddie Muller, he would be okay, but I don't think
Maybe. I think he's too. I don't want to say intelligent, but he's like smarter to know, like Ralph.
Yeah,
Like,
a little
what
more
do you-
street sharp. Like what? Really?
What are you asking?
He would he would confront him, be like,
Yeah, like,
wait a minute.
wait a
So
minute,
you
Ralph.
want me to do what?
What? Yeah, like fake as being a doctor. Like,
Right.
I don't think so, Ralph.
Right.
And I got to look at myself in Dick Gersh's office.
I love it. Okay, and number 5.
5.
Now this one's interesting.
Yeah, we narrowed the list down to 5 because we didn't want to go on all day.
Yeah,
with
what are we gonna do? You know,
5 seems to be our number. for
5's a
some
good number.
strange-
Yeah, 5's a good
Yeah,
number.
Joe DiMaggio.
Absolutely.
Yeah. George Brett, my favorite player.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway,
That's isn't that Lou Gehrig was 5?
4. Lou Gehrig
4.
was 4.
Who was 5?
DiMaggio.
DiMaggio was 5. And number 5, Bert Wiedemeyer.
Bert Wiedemeyer.
Twinkles.
He said he was a friend.
Yeah. He thinks well of me as he does of you.
So now,
And now the thing about Bert Wiedemeyer, out of everybody, out of the 5 guys, he seems the most together.
yes,
He seems together. Like, even though he might be like, really? You want me to do that?
Yeah, like-
he might just go, all right, man, if you need me to do it, I'll do it.
Maybe.
I think he would.
Now, on the other side of that, Bert Wiedemeyer would be the guy who actually looks like a doctor.
Yes! That's right!
I don't think he needs he don't need like the monocle. He doesn't need his.
He would just come in, he wears
He
suit.
don't need his.
He doesn't need his
bag.
bag.
Like, you're not going to give
you
somebody.
don't have to worry about
not gonna give
doing an
somebody a
emergency
yeah.
appendicitis.
You're not going to go in your bag to give somebody a shot. So, you don't really need the bag.
He carries the bag. I guess when
So-
Ralph said get the bag.
Get the bag. That's what he
He
meant.
got the bag.
So Bert has the look for it.
Yes, he does.
But I'm going to say no because Bert is too smart.
Yeah, he's a smart cookie.
He's a smart cookie.
See what I did there?
Yeah, cookies.
Yeah,
Yes,
see what I
cookie.
did
He
there?
burnt them.
Yeah. Yeah. So, because I think he would, because he seems like a good guy,
Good guy, yes.
and he would probably do it thinking this is going to be a disaster.
Like Ralph.
But-
He would be the kind of like who would sit Ralph down. Say, okay, Ralph, sit over here. Rita's at the beauty parlor. Sit here. Let me talk to you. So,
Sit down.
do you really want to do this?
Take a seat.
Take
all
a
right?
seat. Yeah. Yeah. So
Because I don't know. Before we decide, I don't think Bert Wiedemeyer would not know this.
Now tell me, what school did you attend?
PS 31, Oyster Bay.
No, I mean, what medical school?
Oh.
Oxford.
Oh, in England.
Oh, is that where it is?
You mean you went to school in Oxford and you don't know it's in England?
Well, tell you the truth, it's so foggy over there, I never knew where it was.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
Bert
I don't know.
Wiedemeyer.
I love the way Ralph answers the question for Dr. Norton.
Yeah,
Like,
because Norton had no idea.
But I'm saying you're telling this man
Right.
where he went to
Yes,
medical
yes.
school.
Like, why would Ralph know?
No, where he went to
Look,
medical.
I've been going to my doctor for years. I
don't
don't
know
know
where
where he went to.
I mean, I read my doctor's walls all the time, just to see. I don't want to I don't want him to go to Eddie's Medical College. I want to make sure it's like something good.
PS 31.
Oyster Bay.
So,
All right, so
reality,
we're down to okay. That was it. That was our 5.
That's our
So go ahead.
5. So we're
Got
without a
your
doubt-
final statement.
Well, you know what? We'll just knock it out. We'll go. Joe Fensterblau, without a doubt, no way.
No way.
Freddie Muller, No way.
No way.
See, if we're going to go in order of the worst to the best,
yeah.
Fencer Blau is 5. I think Freddie Muller is 4. Teddy Oberman is 3.
Mm-hmm. You think Bert's 2? I just think Bert is too intelligent to go along. I would put Bert on the bottom to me. I would put Bert on the least likely to go with it.
That only because he looks like a doctor.
He looks like a doctor.
He's smart enough that if he would be willing to do this for Ralph,
right.
He's smart enough to know to make up a school where he went to when he practiced. So that's the only reason.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Fencer Blau or Freddie Muller would do it.
No.
I think Teddy Oberman would be like, you know what? I'm going to go to my other friend's house and go grab something, a little bite. Because I think he would get confused and just walk away.
My other friend's wife's a good cook, too.
Yes. And so it leaves Stanley Saxon.
So if anyone,
right,
it would be
Stanley Saxon. Yep, that's what we think.
That's what we think.
That's
now, of course, it's totally ridiculous. This is our Who's on First. But just to give us something to talk about.
Exactly. But listen, it all came from your observation.
Yes, it did. Yes,
it was all from your observation.
So we agree.
Yeah,
it would be Stanley. If anyone, it would be Stanley.
It would be
Saxon.
Stanley Saxon. So, Mr. Saxon,
because like you said, Joe, the tie-in's there. He's a friend of Ralph's.
Yeah,
he's a raccoon, and he's his brother-in-law.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And he's a mouse.
And he's a mouse.
Because
He's not going to say no.
I mean,
he's not going to say no.
Ralph could steer him.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And of course, if it ended up blowing up, he'd be like, I knew it.
I knew. Yeah. Never should have listened to him.
Never should have listened to
Mr.
him.
Gersh, I never should have listened to him.
Great. Oh, that is awesome. All right. So, what we want to do now is Louis has come up with a list.
So we do.
I know. It's just become a list thing.
It's like a list show.
But it's the list show, everybody. And I like this because you came up with the list in 5.
In 5.
It happened to be 5.
5 and be 5. I think I got 5.
Right.
If there's a 6th out there,
one of the maniacs. One of the maniacs
will let us
know. Absolutely.
Like right after they hear the show. And so this still, are you going to play the music, Joe?
Absolutely.
Key it up.
Here we go.
Get this list.
I know. What do you think of when you hear this?
Oh, just them.
Mrs. Manicotti.
Just Mrs. Manicotti.
Mrs. Manicotti.
Mrs. Manicotti
looking up at the sky.
Oh, my God.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, God. All right, so this is our list. It's Mambo references.
Yes. In the original 39.
In the original 39, there are 5 that we know of.
You know of.
It could be more. If you are, like you said, tell us. It's right off the top of our heads. So we know how far that usually goes.
Right.
So the Mambo reference, of course, we have from where this music is from.
Of course.
The whole episode. Carlos Sanchez.
Yep.
Then going back to Mr. Gersh, where he says, it'd be better than that story you got in there now. I was a mambo dancer for the FBI.
No, wasn't that that was with Frank Marth as the questioning photographer, wasn't he? No,
it's Gersh. No, Frank, the questioning photographer was the UN bomb, the H bomb.
No, when he asked
No.
the question when Ralph said because Red Ed said that he goes, oh, you must have had a lot of controversy with that.
Well, that's my next one. You're jumping the gun here.
Oh, I thought that's the one you're talking about.
No. I was a mambo dancer for the FBI comes from Matter of Life and Death. He says it to Dick Gersh. It would be better in that story you got in there now.
Ralph
says it to Dick Gersh.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're thinking of because that's like on the list.
Oh, okay. Again, I got ahead of myself. Yeah. I thought that was what Ed said. That's right. When he said it'll be even better.
Better than, here's the third one. It'll be better than that one that caused some controversy. What's more authentic, the Weehawken or Kanazi style of mambo?
That's
what you're thinking.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Oh, my God.
Okay, so that's 3.
That's 3.
Okay, now, we also have Bill Davis, which I would have loved to have seen this. It's tough to mambo on a full stomach. I would have loved for that camera to be in that room to see Bill Davis and Millie, doing the mambo on a full stomach.
On a full stomach. Oh, that is great.
Okay, now the fifth one, which we think is the last one. We don't know.
Wait a minute.
Which one? Well, you got another one?
No, I'm trying to think real quick of what the fifth one is. But
You want to think about it?
No,
Okay,
go ahead.
okay.
I babbled enough. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I ruined your set it ready.
The Raccoon Mambo Championship. Remember, they were riding. The Bayonne Bunch was riding them since they won the National Raccoon Mambo Championship.
This was Open Aching Back.
Yes, because it's the bowling.
He's trying to get him bowling.
Bowling, because they want to win the bowling, because he said they've been riding
right.
them since they won
Since
the
they won
national. Think about this, Joe. This is a national contest. The Raccoon.
What is it? The national?
I think he says National Mambo Champion. The National Raccoon Mambo Championship or something like that. Oh, God.
Like it's a version of Saturday Night Live, Saturday Night Fever.
Yeah.
You know, with the dancing
Yep.
and the what do you got? Judges?
So that's it. So that's the 5 Mambo references. And then we also got to play this song, which is a great song.
Yeah,
Claves
this is the
for
original
Mambo,
one.
Tito Rodriguez.
Tito Rodriguez, Claves
for
for
Mambo.
Mambo. Oh, I went.
And we'll see how it sounds with that.
All right, that is great.
All
Thank
right,
you.
so-
Yeah, great.
That was a great list. I got many more lists
Mambo.
Tito Rodriguez. Claves for Mambo.
Mambo.
And we'll
Oh,
see.
what
my
just
God.
great.
And he said, Joe, Mrs. Monicati looking up at the ceiling is one of the best scenes in that skit.
Oh, my God.
Oh, it's
Just her.
because she's dancing when the music stops. She's continued.
Yeah.
And it's just, oh,
When
God.
you said it, you said you have to watch her.
That's all I watch.
Because when before you said that,
Yeah.
you're watching the whole scene. And
Yeah, you're
loving it.
yeah.
And then when Ralph comes in, your focus is back on him
Yeah.
because he's starting to boil up.
Yes.
But once you said watch Mrs. Manicotti.
That's it. That's all you watch. That's all I watch now.
Now it's almost like when you first buy a car, you never realize how many of those cars are on the road until you buy it.
You buy it, and you're like, oh,
Now
got
you're
one
like,
too.
wow,
Like,
they're
oh,
all
there's
over.
another one.
You're
Yeah.
like, oh, there's another one.
Yeah.
Now that's all I can see.
Yeah.
She is
Her.
the Toyota Camry
Yeah, she is.
of that episode. That's all I see when I look at that episode. When I watch them dance, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yep.
Ugh.
No, that was a good one.
All right, so
where are
we are going to do. We haven't done this in a while. We are going to do.
You want to say something funny?
Yeah, maybe something funny.
Yeah,
Well,
there you go.
well, let's play it. Here we go. I know that song.
Oh, yeah.
The Honeymooners. Oh yeah, that's right. This is the one where I don't want to hear my voice, so I have to talk over it.
I wouldn't send a night out on a dog like this.
There we go.
Yes, that's it.
Don't you get it? I wouldn't send a night out on a dog.
No, I don't get it. I don't think it's funny.
Jokes that didn't get the love that they deserved.
I heard him.
And there it is. The best part of that intro. All right. So, we still have, and you know what's odd when I first, because every time I'll hear a joke that I think, oh, you know what, that didn't get the love that it deserves. And then when we'll go and we'll listen to it, to say, hey, let's listen, we're like, maybe because it didn't, like a lot of the jokes, they didn't get the uproarious laughter. And especially when we feel it's deserved.
And we also said, too, that sometimes it's from the secondary character who actually says something really funny, but it didn't come from Ed or Ralph or Alice. So people just don't think it's going to be funny. It's a mental thing, and it's true. It's a mental thing.
Yeah,
it's a mental thing.
It's they're not expecting humor to come out. So it's almost, and they're live. It's not like they're in this. They're in a giant.
They're in a theater.
Right?
Yeah, theater. Yeah.
So they're just not prepared for that.
It. Yep.
So, but we have one, and we feel that at the very least, it should have gotten a much bigger laugh.
Yeah.
It got a chuckle.
A little chuckle.
But I don't know if I have the whole thing, but here we go.
Anyway, what's that bag?
Oh, I told you about this. Remember last month they found a bag on a bus? Well, nobody claimed it, so now it's mine.
Oh, what's in it?
I don't know what's in it. Can't be anything of value, or they would have claimed it.
Can't be of any value or you wouldn't have found it.
Hey, you dirty.
Now, Joe, just listen to the difference in laughter there.
Yeah.
And what Ralph just says is it's obviously funny.
It's funny.
But what Ethel Owen says before that, it's a great line.
It's hilarious.
Great
and
line.
it actually, even when she does the first she says, "What's that? Your lunchbox?"
What's that? Your lunchbox?
Which gets a good laugh.
Good laugh, but
not a
great
laugh.
That's phenomenal line.
To look at a giant suitcase.
Science suitcase, and she says,
and the way she delivered
Yes.
it. What's that?
Your
lunchbox?
lunchbox?
I mean, she
Oh,
just
she's
delivered
great.
it perfect. But with this, it got a little bit of a chuckle.
Little chuckle, yeah.
But it's still like, and especially she delivered it perfectly. It wouldn't have been a value. You wouldn't have found it. Like she hits,
in her way, in that
because she even
that Mrs.
emphasizes
Gibson
found.
Yes.
She didn't say it wouldn't have been anything of value. You wouldn't have found it. It was found it.
Yeah,
she was It was perfect. Comedy timing, and she just got a
chuckle, and then he just says, "Oh, you dirty old," and people there's this uproar,
which is funny.
I
understand.
Ralph,
It's
and that's
funny.
Ralph.
It's Ralph. It's funny, but
and it's
still.
her, Ralph to her, so that's funny.
Yeah.
But just look at the difference in the laughter.
Absolutely. I'll play it one more time.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's that bag?
Oh, I told you about this. Remember last month they found a bag on a bus? Well, nobody claimed it, so now it's mine.
Oh, what's in it?
I don't know what's in it. Can't be anything of value, or they would have claimed it.
Can't be of any value or you wouldn't have found it.
Hey, you dirty.
Yeah.
Now listen.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that should have been the laugh
Yeah.
that she got.
Yeah.
You know.
But
anyway,
it's coming from her, and it was a great line, and she delivered it well.
She did. Ethel Owen lived to be 103 years old. Unbelievable. All right. Are you ready? I know. This is your favorite part of the show. Here we go.
And now, Tom, who is our first guest, please?
Herb.
Our first guest, ready to leap the first hurdle on his way to the $99,000 answer, is
Our truck driver from Parsippany, New Jersey, Joe Conti.
That's me. Hey. All right. Here we go.
Okay.
What are we doing now?
All right, so we're going to do, you want to do names the same?
Yeah, let's do the names.
I know you like names the same.
Yeah, I like it.
We may do two today.
Okay.
Maybe do two. Another list of Anyway. Of course, this question is prepared by Professor Walter Newman, as all questions are.
Of all of them, yeah. All questions since the beginning of time.
Okay, here we go, Joe. The name is Douglas.
Well, oh my God. The first one is Mr. Douglas.
Yes.
Even all right. And there's how many?
One more.
There's two. Is it a first name?
No.
It's not. Mm-mm. Okay. Mr. Douglas.
Now, let's give you a hint. It's not a character that you see or who they have, a relationship with.
Okay.
It's not that. It's something mentioned.
Right. Is it from the Worry Wart? Is it the tax thing? No.
No.
I'm thinking like Douglas's Pizzeria.
Idiot. Not in Brooklyn. Douglas's Chinese restaurant.
I
give you a hint.
Okay.
On stage.
Kirk Douglas.
Oh, actually, no. And no, it's no, because it's
because
not him.
Kirk
because
Douglas
Kirk
is a real person.
Yeah,
Right.
Good one. No, I didn't even think of that.
Oh,
I didn't think of that.
Oh, okay. Louis is making another list.
Yeah, I'm making a list now.
He's making another list.
I actually have that list. That's famous people list.
Yes. You know what?
Okay.
I bet you when you say it, I'm going to be
in
like...
the play. In the play. One of the characters in the play.
Is it... No, it's Frederick.
No,
Oh, it's...
No, that's it.
Oh, it's something... Hamilton Douglas.
There you go.
I would...
There you go.
I don't think I knew it. His last name was Douglas.
Yes.
Wow.
Hamilton
All right.
Douglas. Yeah.
Hamilton Douglas. Do they say it?
They say it, yes.
They must only say it once. That's
once.
why. All right. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Hamilton Douglas.
Douglas, yeah.
Oh, Hamilton.
Yeah, because I think you only hear Frederick.
Right.
You only hear his first name.
Yes.
But you do hear Hamilton Douglas, his full name.
Douglas.
When I think Alice is setting up the whatever it is. Anyway.
Right. Well, that was a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Yeah, no, you got me on that.
Yeah, no,
I don't think I would have picked.
That's a tough
I
one.
would have never. I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yep.
Nope. Oh, well. Listen, I know you're not going to believe this, but we're at 34 minutes.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow, this flew.
We actually,
flew through
I
this.
actually thought this was going to be a very, very short episode.
Me too. That's what we were preparing with. Like, I got this. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And
like we didn't have to read the letter to Alice's that Ralph wrote to Alice's mother on their honeymoon, on their wedding night.
I love Louis' hatred for that.
It was on last week.
Was it on last
did
week?
what I normally do. Turned it off.
Hello, Mom, right?
Hello, Mom. So she
Yeah.
goes into her apron to pull the letter out.
Yeah.
Boom. Channel change right there.
Episode over.
Yeah. And this is right after she says that joke she was going around telling me.
Yeah.
Dusty out in that hall. That
Dusty
joke
out
she
in the
like,
hall.
what joke? Oh, I didn't lose a daughter. I gained a ton.
Right.
So she's
After
just
she-
putting him down at his own wedding
And then,
reception.
on his honeymoon, instead of maybe having some drinks and enjoying himself, he decides to write
Write
something
a
about
letter about how
his
great
mother-in-law.
mother-in-laws are.
Right. After this one, insulted him at his own wedding.
At his own wedding. His
Oh,
own,
right.
going around telling everyone at the reception at the Raccoon Lodge.
Unbelievable. All right.
So anyway, that's it.
Well, that is it. Episode number 53. And because I am just so busy at work with Christmas, but we're definitely going to get a Christmas episode.
We're going to get a Christmas episode.
We hope to get one off next
episode
week
together. Yeah.
Yes, but we're definitely going to do some sort of Christmas episode.
Yeah, we're going to do something with it. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. So, number 53, who do we want to thank? Obviously, the Facebook group, the Honeymooners Raccoon Lodge, with Brother Norton and Joy. And Brother Norton, he could, if you want, go to etsy.com/shop/honeymooners store. He's got all of these cool things, mugs, and all these awesome things. I'm actually going to order a couple of mugs to have little coffee mugs. So if you want to order any Honeymooner stuff, he's got a Chef of the Future apron.
Yeah.
Yep. I love it. So thank you to you guys. We really appreciate it. And if you want to check out my other show, it's called The Conti and Kenny Show. We're on a hiatus until the new year, but we're on every Monday night, More Like Radio. And my comedy CD, an hour CD, DVD. You can get it anywhere you download audio. It's called Joe Conti Happiness. And I think that's it, right?
Should be it.
Episode 53 in the books. Thank you, everybody, for giving us a listen. Oh, and also email.
Oh, bangzoom1956@gmail.
Yep. And if you want to leave a voicemail, we have a voicemail that I have to check. But if you want to call us and leave us like a short voicemail that maybe we could play, or if you want to add something to it's 240-442-2635.
And when you email us, just tell us where you're from.
Yes.
Because we want to know. Just like me and Joe's little demographic thing we're doing. We just want to know where you're from.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.
Night all.
Good night.
Good
Thank
night.
you. Good night.
We'll have to do this again real soon.
How about tomorrow night?
This has been a non-productive media presentation. Executive producer Frank Hablawi. This program and many others like it on the Non-Productive Network is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives license. Please share it, but ask before trying to change it or sell it. For more information, visit non-productive.com.